So the folks over at OREI sent me over this video wall controller. So we are going to build a video wall, but in order to do that, I needed some extra monitors and a monitor stand, and they were kind enough to send over all of that as well to make this video happen. So make sure that you guys do like this video, in appreciation for them sending over all this equipment for us to live demonstrate how to put together a video wall. So here is the unit itself, the wall controller. Inside of this box, I have the actual monitor stands that we're going to use to mount these monitors. And they sent over 4 of these monitors. So we're going to be doing some live unboxings. Now, the full video is available on Amazon Live, where you can see all the products that I am using to put this together. So without further ado, let's get started. You will notice some other accessories here on the desk as well. I have a power unit, a surge protector. I have a laptop that we're going to be using to connect to the wall unit. And then I'm using my laptop here to actually live stream this to Amazon Live as well. So that's a little bit about everything that we have here on the desk. So let's go ahead and get started with this is the desk mount for the monitors. And as you can see, all of this is brand new in the box still. So we're doing this in real time. My hope and plan and expectation is that all of this will work in the way that it was intended, because we know sometimes that we purchase items that don't quite fit the way we want. But I believe we'll be good in this case. So let's go ahead on Amazon side of things and highlight what we're using right now in the product carousel. So this specific monitor mount system does have instructions here on the front, and we will go ahead and make sure that we have all of our different pieces and units. We have different brackets here, our 4 different brackets for our 4 monitors. And let's go ahead and rip the cardboard here. In most cases, I like to save this in case I'm not going to use this system in the future. But there are some other videos that I do want to record, and so this might actually stay on the desk a little while. And we do have our screws in here as well. Monitor mounts. Let's get all of this out here. It's always fun getting new gear. And I believe that's everything inside of this box. So we'll make sure that we have the instructions here. Should be pretty self-explanatory putting this together, but you never know. And we'll go ahead and set this box over to the side. All right. So now I want to assemble the monitor stand. I'm going to assemble it on that side of the desk. So we're going to make sure that we have our mount first. So this is the mount here. This is going to go on the underside of the desk. And we have the plate here. And looking for the screw for this. Okay, it's right here. All right, so we have the components that we need here. So we have this piece and this piece. Go ahead and screw that on like so. And then we have our circle piece here. Okay, so I'll screw this in some. Now it shows, let's see, let's look at these instructions a little closer. Okay. The circular piece, I don't believe I actually need it. It shows two different ways, so I don't actually need this circle plate. So, okay, so we'll go ahead and, oh, okay, hold on. So I'm looking at this plate and that plate. I'm comparing the two because there's two different plates here. And I believe I want to go with this plate because this plate, no, 3. Oh, I see what it's saying. Okay, so we have to use both plates here. Okay, so this plate has to be flipped inverted. This plate goes here, and then the screws align to connect these two plates together. So let's find the 2 screws for that. And I believe that's in this bag here. Okay, so take these 2 screws here, and it's the bottom 2 holes that it's showing us. So go ahead and screw those into the bottom 2, like such. And it's nice when all of the accessory components are in the packaging so that you don't have to go and hunt down tools and try to find what could potentially work, only to figure out that it won't work later on. Okay, so we make those 2 nice and tight there. And then this plate clamps underneath here, like so. And I believe that is what we need for that. Okay, let's open this up. And okay, I think we're good there. All right, so I believe we're good here. Now this plate, I think we do actually need that, but that will be used for the top part of the housing. There are a couple diagrams that show it, and I'm just trying to make sure I have it placed in the right position. And I believe it's going to be sitting here for the 3 holes. Okay. And let's go ahead and put this on the desk. So we're going to mount it on the desk now. Hopefully, we have enough room here. And what I don't like is that screw is going to go right on the desk, and I don't think that is what I'm supposed to do. I think there should be some padding right there. There's that clip plate, but that clip plate is not going to prevent the screw from going into the desk. And that's what I don't want to happen. Oh, this is showing if you have a hole in the desk. I don't have a hole in the desk. That's what's throwing me. So I don't have a hole in the desk. So this clamp system is really made for if you have a hole in your desk, which I do not. So because I don't have a hole in my desk, we're going to have to modify this a little bit. So let's see if there's another way that I can do this. Or we continue on. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on first, and then we'll see how far we get without damaging the desk. Now the screw here is too short for my desk. It looks like it's gonna be close as I'm screwing it on my desk. It's gonna be close here. It's gonna be close. Oh, it's gonna be very close. Okay. All right. Okay, it fits there. So the clamp is here. All right. So the clamp is on. Now, can we put the screws in there? Okay, so let's see here. So, these are the two tall legs here. And we have 3 here. So this is pretty obvious to screw this into here. So for our tall monitor arm. And we have 3 screws here on the bottom. And this is where it would go into the desk. However, I don't have a hole in my desk. So let's see, we're gonna have to modify this substantially to make this work. So let's align this a little bit over, and we're still not gonna have enough space. All right. And we are definitely not cutting a hole in this desk. So if you get this clamp here specifically, it would make sense to have a hole in the desk so that this can work. Now, because I don't have a hole in the desk, we're gonna modify this some. So let's move this camera over as I work on this side of the desk. And there's 3 screws on the bottom here of the pole that we need to take out. So just take these 3 out. And of course, if you drop it, make sure you keep an eye on where you drop it, like I just did. Okay. All right, so those 3 are out. We're gonna go ahead and align it with this. So these 3 screws need to be aligned. Okay. So we got 1. Okay. And let's do 1 at a time because I'm now dropping the screws. So let's do the top one first. This is definitely one of those ones where if you had two people, it would be a little bit easier so that nothing's moving around on you. Okay, because every time I go to start putting the screw into the base, then it just wants to turn and not stay still. Okay, come on. Okay, there we go. Once you can get it started, it makes it a little easier. Doesn't mean it's gonna stay where you want it, but it makes it a little easier. And then trying to do this in front of millions and millions of people seamlessly adds a little bit more pressure. Okay. So let's try now this one. I'll flip it upside down to see if that makes it easier for me. Okay. All right. And the third and final one. Now, as I'm putting this together, now I'm almost going back to the fact that I might not have to have a hole in the disc. So let's grab the other piece here to tighten these on. And because we are putting multiple monitors on here, we definitely want to make sure this is nice and tight. And I'm going to adjust this back down. Take that off. Adjust this back down, and then make it easier to tighten this on the rods. Okay. Yep, that makes it easier. This is one of those tedious things that it looks super simple, but it's requiring a little bit more extra time than I would like to spend on it, because I need 4 hands instead of 2. Okay, there we go. So now tightening the base. Okay, there we go. 2 out of 3. And 3 out of 3 there. All right. So now that those are tight, I just want to double check and give it a little bit more torque, like so. Okay. 2, 2, and let's go 3 of 3. All right, so those are tight on the stand here. Now this piece right here is kind of awkward because it doesn't flow up with the base, and I think I'm missing a screw to keep this on track here. So let me jump back over here to the user manual with that initial piece, because there's got to be an extra screw to hold that piece on, and it doesn't show it on here, but I would assume there would have to be a piece that holds this plate up a little easier. Because again, I don't want this screw to go straight into here. Okay. All right. So I'll flip that plate over. No. Okay. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that base is then, because this screw is going to go right into the bottom of the desk. So I think I'm doing something inaccurately here. My concern really with this base is that I'm going to have 4 monitors on here, and I want the monitors to hold on here securely, obviously. Okay, so there we have our monitor base here. Okay. Now we have that on there. So those two, and I'll flip this over, and we have our 2 extensions here. So let's make sure that we have these turned how we would need them. Okay. We'll actually notice a little bit more once I put these on. So go ahead and put these on. So I'll have to zoom out this camera a little bit since this is pretty tall here. And I'll bring those down. Okay. Now there is a screw here to tighten the base, or tighten these once you put it in. I just have to figure out which one we're using. Okay, so this one here. So I'll bring that down a little bit further, and then we'll tighten this, and we'll plan for adjustments if necessary. Because I'm not sure the height of these monitors that will be putting on. And definitely watch your fingers, because I just caught my finger in there. Okay. How does it feel like I'm loosening this? All right, let's do it this way. Okay, nope, not enough. Okay, there we go. There we go, almost done. Okay, all right, so we've got that one on, and okay, we can adjust it like so. Turn this one, adjust it like so. Okay, so what I want to do is more so 90-degree these two. I'll put that one like there and that one there. Okay, so we got those on 90-degree angles. We have a second one that we need to get put on here as well. Now this is a little bit taller, so it's gonna make my arms work a little bit harder. This is one of those times you definitely want some automated tools. Okay, a couple more, hope. amazing how fast your arms get tired when you're trying to hold something up. Okay, I can feel it now starting to get tighter. There we go. Okay, give it one more. Okay. All right, so now let's fold in these arms and tilt these up. All right, so now we have the monitor mount on here. And we're good to go there. Now we have the actual mounts for the back of the monitors. And I think I'm gonna put these on after we unbox the monitors themselves. So let's now, let's go ahead and unbox the monitors. And then we'll take a look at the actual control unit itself. So in the product carousel, I'll go ahead and highlight the monitors that we're going to be using. And in order to do this wall demonstration, I told them I need more monitors. Even though we have a lot of monitors here, in order to do this more properly and for it to make sense without me having to reconstruct this whole space, I need some dedicated monitors for it. So these are really 22-inch monitors, very budget-friendly monitors. And the main component that we need is obviously the HDMI capability. Now these monitors do have stands. We're not going to be using the stands. Just the monitor itself. And we will be using the power. So we have a power adapter here. Let's see, do these, oh yeah, these come with HDMI cables, nice. I had some extra cables over here just in case. And is this our monitor arm? Oh, this might be the base for the stands, which we won't need those either. So let's put the base back in here. So we just need power unit and HDMI cable, and of course the monitor itself. Today is going to be one of those lot of trash days. So let's go ahead now and take this monitor out. Okay, let me move this off to the side so you guys get a little bit better view of what we got going on here. All right, so this monitor, 22-inch monitor, flat screen, and what I wanted to do was find a smaller bezel monitor, so going around it is more thin, especially when you're doing a video wall, you want to have it look like all one piece. So having a monitor with smaller bezels is one of the ones I suggested when they asked which monitors to send over to me. Underneath here, we have our power connection, we have a VGA connection, and an HDMI connection. Again, very basic monitor, just those three connections here on the bottom. And then you have your different menu options here, power, up, down, a couple other, I'm sure they're just used to just adjust settings. So we will go ahead and mount these. Now, on the image, I thought I saw that there was VESA mount on here, but there's only 2 screws on the back here, so these are light monitors, so I think we'll be okay with not mounting all 4 screws on the VESA mounts, but it did show, at least I thought it did. I must have looked at the picture wrong. I was pretty sure that the description said VESA mounts, but these do not have 4 holes. It's just the 2 holes. So we'll go ahead and mount it here. And we'll look for some screws, because there was a bag of screws somewhere around here. There we go, there. Well, that's nice. If I only have to mount 2 screws for every monitor, that's a whole bunch less screws I gotta use to mount this thing. Now, the actual unit here itself, it does have some cable tie management and some things to make the thing look definitely acceptable once you put this together. We're not going to be doing all of that for the sake of time. We're just going to focus on building the actual video wall so you guys can see what that looks like. Now, I do need a screwdriver, and let's see, is a screwdriver added into here? I did not see a screwdriver in our unboxing. So we're gonna need a little screwdriver because we don't have one in here. Just when I thought we had everything we needed. All right, so let me walk over here and grab a screwdriver. And I think it's over here. And battery. I need a battery for this. Okay. So this is my Craftsman set here. And go ahead and pour. I hope this is charged. We don't even need a lot of juice, just enough to put on a couple screws. That's all we need. And let's see, make sure we have the right size. That'll work. And all right. Why is that not doing that right? Okay, that ain't that. Let's loosen that. Okay. Okay. I don't like that sound. Don't like that sound. These are kind of loose, so I don't think these are the right screws. But that should be a tighter fit, especially with these screws. Okay, but again, focus is not making this perfect. It's making this functionable. All right. So let's see. Let's take a look at how this would fit on here. Let's make sure that these do go on the way that they are intended, or did I turn these upside down? Of course I put these upside down. Why wouldn't I have put these upside down? Can I rotate this? No. Oh man, I've got to take both of those off and flip this around. Do I really? Yeah, I really do. I really do have to flip these around. So let's do this. Let's see, make sure before I flip it around. Yep, they fit on perfectly that way. So I need to rotate those. So let's put this down for now. And we've got to rotate these. Hopefully I didn't put these on super duper tight. So, because we got to flip these upside down here. It seems like every time I put something together, I put it together upside down. I think that's just like my thing. Just putting stuff together upside down. Okay. 2 little twists, and that's off. That's good. Not too bad. All right. One, oops. Going the wrong way. That way. No, I was right. No. Left. And there we go. Okay. And almost. Okay. And okay. like it gave me just enough to get up just a little bit, and then all of a sudden it got stuck. All right, there we go. So there we go. So now we'll rotate it upside down, or right side up in this case. And bring it down a little bit more. And tighten it back up. Okay. And a couple more, and we should be nice and tight. There we go. All right, nice and tight there. Now let's see how tall this monitor is. Let's go ahead and move this out the way just a tad. And let's see here. Okay. All right. So I actually can go down a little bit further here. But I think for the sake of this video, we'll be fine where we're at here. There is a tension on this side, so I can tighten that up. So that this doesn't rotate down. Let's switch over here. So we'll tighten this section up here. I don't want to tilt it up, I just want to tighten it up. Okay. Again, not going for perfection because we will probably move this a little bit later on. Just want to make sure it is good for what we need here. All right, so now let's go ahead and put monitor back on. And on the back of this, there is another screw to tighten it down further. So even though this is a Visca mount that only, or this is a monitor that only has two slots, there is a Visca mount for it as well. So, or another screw here in the back, I should say. All right, so we got that one on, and that's good there. And let's go ahead, I'm gonna tilt this to me so I can make this a little bit easier, and then I'll tilt it back to you guys here in a second. So I can put this second one on here, up top. Okay. And let's go ahead and tighten this one. If you have two people, definitely makes this a little easier to do. Okay. All right, so nice and tight there. And let's go ahead and unbox a second monitor. So we're using all the same monitors, and even on the box here, it says frameless monitor. So let's put this down here as we're running out of space. And switch. So monitor here. We just need our HDMI cable and power. Everything else can stay in there. So power, HDMI, and the monitor itself. And we'll need our VESA mount. So let's go ahead and put our power cable stuff over here. And put the mount on the same way as last time. And make sure that we put this on correctly. So this one goes up here. And make sure, put it there. All right. Now this one should work better. This one should work better. All right, a couple screws here. I thought these screws could go in tighter, but they don't. So let's go ahead now and put this one over here and then see what we are working with. Okay, so we have one monitor there. I'll try to put it like so. And put our other monitor like so, and then also making sure that we are in the frame of the TV. Okay, let's loosen that one a little bit because I want to tilt it back so that we have a nice clean look here. Okay, so let's take that off. Let's do safety first. Let's take that off so I can do it. So I need to loosen this just a little bit here. All right, now let's put that back on. Let's see what we're working with now. Okay. All right. So there we have our first set. Okay. All right. And let's adjust this one. Now again, we're not going for perfection today. We are just going for functionality and show how this is done. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to tilt that monitor just a little bit better. Okay. All right. Video wall almost halfway done. Okay, so now we have two more monitors that we need to unbox and get mounted up there. So let's grab those two, and just enough clearance for our power station that we're going to use to power everything here. Monitor number 3. Same thing again. So power, HDMI, monitor. Okay. Everything else off to the side. And a couple screws here. What's nice is I don't have to unbox another bag of screws. Dismount plate pointed in the right direction. And our screws into here. And add our monitor. Now, here we'll get ready to see if we run into another challenge of height of our monitors. We'll see. Let's go down. Okay. So I do need to tighten this up, and we can actually bring that whole thing down quite a lot. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And I also need to tighten that, or loosen and tighten that too. So let's go ahead and bring this down. Let's tighten this first. Tighten that one and tighten this one. Okay, and now we'll lower this down. Ideally, we would like these monitors to pretty much almost touch, but again, going for functionality, not perfection, as this is a demonstration more so than anything. Okay, so now go ahead and tighten this. I need my step stool. Okay, all right, so now we're tight over here and tight there, and this one looks like it needs to be tilted just a tad over. Okay. And monitor number 3. And we'll set monitor 3 up here. All right. Okay, let's bring this back. Okay. All right, so monitor 3. I do need to make an adjustment up here, but again, for the sake of demonstration purposes, I don't want to spend so much time on just a little return on what I needed to do. Because as you can see, it's sitting a little slanted. But what it would take to actually fix that slant, I don't think it's worth the time right now. So let's open number 4. And our last monitor. All right, 4th and final monitor. Okay. So, last mounting brackets. And last 2 screws. Now, if your TVs or monitors have deeper screw thread holes in it, then you definitely have plenty of options in this bag for which screws to use. There's even a hotline on the back of this if you need help of the monitor. All right, so 4th and final monitor. So I'll set that on the back like so, and bring this back. Okay. All right. So our 2 top ones sit a little slanted, and I wish they didn't sit that slanted. Again, I don't want to bring this whole thing down just to fix that little slant, so we'll have it as best we can, like here. Okay. All right. So we have our 4 monitors installed and hooked up here. Let's go ahead and grab power and our HDMI cables. Get those all set out here. So we should have 4 of each. So 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. And obviously all of these little safety clips can come off, as we will not be needing these anymore. So I believe we got all of these off. That was quicker than I expected. Okay. And let's go ahead and clean up this entire area so that we have a nice clean workspace, and then we'll continue on with the video wall itself, because all of the rest of this is not of use right now. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. All right. And all of this stuff out of here. This can go, this can go, this can go. Okay. All right. Okie dokie. I think we are good. Again, let's just verify everything is working. Okay. Now, before we continue on, I do want to make sure I do let you guys know. I see you guys. If you guys have questions or comments, definitely put it in the chat. I'm going to add the Blue Yeti power station here. This is the EB3A power station, and I've used this one quite a few times for powering on our different devices, both in here and outside when we do different things. So I'll highlight that in the carousel as well. All right, so now that we have everything cleaned off the desk, we'll go ahead and hook up everything. So let's start with power first, matter of fact, because each of these monitors does have power. And let's swap over to camera 2. Should be the best view of it. And let's see, how long do these need to reach? Okay, so for 2 of these, I will have to untie. So I'll go 1 there. Okay. We're going to hope that we have enough outlets. Now, the way these power bricks are built, they're a little bit wider. And this power station is making me plug them in a way that I did not expect. So I'm going to be a little short on power. I think I'm going to be like 1 short on power. And let's see. All right, so I'm going to have 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to be 1 short power-wise. So this is going to be a 4-monitor setup, and we're building a video wall. So the folks over at OREI, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. My apologies to them. They sent me over a video wall controller. However, I didn't have enough monitors to actually demonstrate a video wall properly. So said I would love to do it for you guys and demonstrate it. I think it'll bring a lot of value to the audience, but I need more monitors to be able to do it. So they were gracious enough to also send over additional monitors to make this happen. So I have 3 plugged in right now. However, I am 1 power adapter short because this power surge protector I have makes me turn my units in a direction that doesn't allow me to plug in 4. So let's see if I can plug it. I'm not sure if this is all the way in that would give me power. If that one, no, that's not gonna work. Okay, so I'm trying to now get all 4 of these plugged in. I'll look at that console in the carousel again, because I took it right from the link that they sent me. All right, so 1, 2, 3. What am I missing here? Okay, that one. So this unit here. Let's see if I can get this one to reach to the floor. Oh, just a hair short of reaching. Let's see if I can move this over. Oh, just barely. Okay, this one is stretching, but it'll work. And let's plug in this unit here. And we should have all 4. Okay, so all 4 of the power is there. Let's go ahead. So we got power here, and we should have power here. Let's double check. Okay, let's see here. Oops, let's switch camera angles here. All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. So power, power, power. It's gotta reach the power buttons on these. All right, let's do it that way. Okay. All right. Now, hopefully the surge works because it's an older surge I found in a box. All these should come on. Wattage, it's not showing any output of any of these. I saw the one come on. Make sure I didn't pull any of these out. 1, let's check my connections. 3, 4, okay. All those connections seem nice and tight there. Okay. All right, let's go through. Let me double check the carousel URL here, or the carousel product here. Yeah, this was the right one. It's a 2x2. It's a 4K 2x2. So yeah, the carousel URL is correct. Yeah, that's I don't know what's going to happen to these monitors after I'm done. I have a couple other demos that I can do with this setup to show. But yeah, after these monitors are used, I don't know what's going to happen with all these monitors. I released a video today on my YouTube channel about the whole, receiving product. And one of the points that I made in it is the fact that sometimes for these demonstrations, like you don't have enough equipment to demo to even share, teach how to do certain things because you just don't have the equipment. But being able to, show up on these platforms and companies see that you do have an audience and willing to actually send over the equipment you need to demo the product is pretty cool. Because initially they just sent over the wall controller, but the wall controller is great, but in order to show how to actually use it, we need more equipment. So they sent it over, which is nice. So let's take this out of the box now and actually get to this. So here it is. Now the monitors I have here are not 4K monitors, but this does support up to 4K. So you have the unit itself. We have this looks like a receiver. Yep, this is a receiver because it does come with a remote as well. Now, if you guys want to see, well, we'll do it all. I got nothing but time, I guess, right? And then our power adapter, and you can also control this over RS-232. I don't control a lot of things over RS-232 outside of my PTZ cameras. And even when I'm setting it up for places, they typically don't even use their PTZ cameras that often. So having the controller just works. So go ahead and plug this up. And which way does this go? Is this upside down? Here we go again, plugging stuff in backwards. There we go. So that snaps into place. And I'm gonna need some more long power surges as well, because we're just running out of space here. Got a nice sticker on the front here, so take that off. So we have, well, we'll go through this here in a second. Let me go ahead and this is a barrel connection, so you're not gonna pull it out of a wall. And before I plug this up, because I am kind of limited on my distance here, we'll talk about that. We'll also take a look at this receiver unit here. And this receiver unit is a 3.5 millimeter connection. And on the back of this unit, it says IREXT, so it would go in here. Again, I mentioned that was an RS-232 connection. There are 4 video wall outs, ideally for our 4 monitors, which we'll do. There's also an optical and an LR audio out. So if you want to use audio and send audio out, you can do this. Send them to external speakers if you wanted to. And for input, you have one HDMI input, which I'm going to use my laptop here. And then you also have a USB-C input as well. I don't think I have an extra USB-C lying around, but if I do, I'll grab it. But I'm going to use HDMI because I think most people are going to probably use this for HDMI connections over USB-C anyway. And then here on the front of the panel here, we have the power button. It says HDMI, USB-C, and auto. So I believe audio, without going through the instruction manual, will auto find which one is connected, but it does let you know with an indicator light which one is connected underneath HDMI, USB-C, or auto. And then you can choose over here the different modes, HDMI, USB-C mode, and I believe RES might be reset. Again, I haven't looked at the user manual yet, but just from using some similar devices, that's what I'm going to go with for now. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put some power on this unit here. Again, I'm a little tight on power, so we will connect it to our floor power source here. And it's going to be a little bit of a stretch. I'll move the camera so you guys can see as well. So we'll plug it here. And we'll take camera 2 and modify this camera a little bit here. Well, no, we don't really need to modify it. You guys can see I'll have it control unit right there. So now we're going to take these HDMI connections and run them into there. Now with the HDMI connections, you do want to know which monitor is which. So for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. you do want to make sure that you plug them into the right HDMI source. Otherwise, your image might not look the way you want your image to look. All right, so we got 3, and we have number 4 here. Okay, so we're gonna do this in reverse order back here. Got that on the side and, oops, over here. So we're gonna go 1 here. Now, if you go with, well, if you're building a video wall, you're probably not gonna use these monitors. You're probably using bigger monitors. But if you do use these monitors and maybe you're building a smaller video wall, these cables aren't the longest, so just keep that in mind. These are just regular monitor cables. So this is monitor number 2. It's going to go into input number 2. And how did I not take these off of here? Number 3. And I gotta move my power unit over a little bit here. Monitor number 3 will go into input number 3. And monitor number 4 will go into input number 4. All right, so we have all 4 of those in, and then on the receiver side here, I will try to switch this. Like I said, it's just tight on space here, but I want to try to let you guys see the indicator lights that are actually on here. So let's go to camera 3 here. There are the power HDMI is showing here, indicated in green, and then the auto is indicated in green here as well. So we have those 4 there. Now, going back to my monitors powering on, which was what I was trying to see earlier. Like, I didn't see these power on for some reason. But let's also take a look at the remote, because it does come with the remote. Take the little tab out the bottom so the remote actually works. And let's move this stuff off to the side here. And we'll keep the instruction manual close by just in case we need it. And I'm gonna now pull up my laptop here. I actually have not logged into this laptop in so long. I've been so heavy on my MacBook for a while. We'll hope there's no updates that need to be run. I have a couple HDMI cables over here, and we're gonna hope that these HDMI cables work like they're supposed to. And let's see, where's my HDMI connections? Okay. So I have an HDMI here, and I'm gonna connect it up to the input. So again, 1 HDMI input, 1 USB input. So we are connected HDMI there. So I do see the 1 monitor turned on, which is what I thought would be turned on. Remind me tomorrow, because we don't want to do that right now. So right now it's just trying to power on my monitors. That's my thing here. So let's see. Trying to see which power is going to. Oh, I know why they're not powering on. I think I know why they're not powering. So on the power station here, you actually have to turn on. There's 2 turn on essentially. You turn on the power station itself, and then you have to turn on which ports you want to use. So I didn't turn on the ports here because I forgot how to do it. It's like a double click or something. There we go. All right. So now that I got that little green indicator light there, I should be getting some power to the rest of these units here. So there's another one that just came on. That one just came on. Good old user error. And that came on. All right, there we go. Now we've got all 4 of our displays showing. So right now, all 4 of these are showing the exact same thing on 4 different screens. So let's go into YouTube here, and it's showing me an error. Let's see. So this is the video from today. So as you can see, I don't like that shot. Let's fast forward. There we go. Let's go there. So we can see we have 4 different screens here. So essentially the video wall, we want all 4 of these to show as one singular image. And that's what we need to do now. So we need to do, let's see, mode. So there's a mode button on the front of the dial here. And so when I hit the first mode, it's showing this on 2 screens, one image on 2 screens. If I select mode again, looks like it inverted it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going through the mode. Now, I do know there's 8 different modes on here. So we'll find the mode that we'll most commonly use here for this video wall. All right. So this is stretching it out. So now this is showing on 3 screens, and this should show on 4. There we go. All right, so now we see that we have, and I'll try to align these a little bit better. Like I said, when we put this together, I knew that I need to tighten it up and kind of rearrange it a little bit over here. Okay. I can't set that one down the way I really want to set it down. But you guys can obviously see that, right? So let me just move this camera over a little bit here. Okay. So we can see now we have our video wall. So we've taken the one image that I have on my laptop. So exactly what I'm seeing on my laptop is what's displaying over here. So if we just look at, you know, my monitor screen by itself, we have that. Let's go espn.go.com. So we have the one website. So we see that we have everything on one wall. So this is our wall unit essentially. So pretty easy to set up. There are different modes like I just showed you as I click the mode dial. So you do want to make sure that as you click the mode dial, don't rush through it because it takes a minute to just reset, recycle, and reposition it how it needs to be repositioned. But pretty easy setup. The longest part was definitely putting together the monitors on the stand and just doing the cabling. That was the longest part. But once you get it connected, putting together the video wall is like very simple. It's just making sure that you have the right HDMI for the right HDMI input. So the way I did mine again was 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so I made sure that this went into input 1, that went into input 2, that went into input 3, and this one went into input 4. And then as I switched through the different modes, it gave me what I wanted to see. So I can definitely see this being used in this format or using it in, oops, didn't mean to do that. I didn't hit mode, I hit reset, hold on. Or using it in the 2x2. So I'll give it a minute to cycle through here. I hit the RES button rather than the mode button dial on here. So I'll give it a second to reset. While I was doing that, taking a look at this remote control, pretty pretty user-friendly, looks like. You have HDMI. Let's power this off and power this back on. Okay. On the remote, it has input. It shows HDMI and USB-C and auto, and also has a mute button here. Again, we can use this for sending audio out of the device here. So if you want to go to speakers, and then output rotation, it has 1, 2, 3, and 4, 720p, 1080p, 4K, and XGA. And then those different configurations for the wall unit itself. It has 1x1, 1x2, 2x1, 1x3, 3x1, 1x4, 4x1, and 2x2. So all those 8 different configuration sets, you can change all of those on here. All right, let's see here. When I hit REC, I definitely did something I did not want to do. So let's see if we can get these to come back here. Now we're doing troubleshooting, all right? All right, Oh, did my monitors turn off when I did that? All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so let's get these monitors all turned back on. I think this one was already on. Don't hit the REC button, or RES button. All right, and let me walk on this side here. Okay. Are we turn back on? I turned the last one on. I didn't see the blue light come on. There we go. Okay. All right, so turn the monitors back on here. HDMI. All right, so it says HDMI is lit up here. I select the HDMI on the controller and mode. All right, reset. Make sure, okay. My computer screen just indicated that I'm plugged back in. Now what I want to do, because I know 4x1 works, so where's my transmitter down there? I should have not hit that RES button there. All right. Okay, so I hit RES again and it came back. So I'm about to look and see what the RES button is here. All right, so there we go. So I was using the remote just now to do the 4x1. And let's go through here real quick. So RES is press this button to switch between various resolutions for the output. So that's probably the reason it went black, because I don't have 4K. The max I have is 1080p. So what I believe just happened is when I hit RES, it's going through those. It went to 4K, and I don't have 4K on here, so it showed could not be displayed. So if you have 720p, 1080p, 4K, you can swap through those different resolutions. So I think we have done it successfully. This is a video wall, so shout out to OREI for sending over this wall control unit that we have used to successfully build a wall, a video wall, essentially. This is pretty easy to set up, pretty easy to use. I've used a lot of their different products, and I believe one of the reasons that they sent this over is because that Matrix video did so well. Matter of fact, just today I got an email about different ways to use the Matrix switcher that I use to control the monitor in front of me, or the monitor in front of me, the monitor behind me, the monitor over the side, and bringing in my laptops and Mac minis and switching between those. So they make a lot of good accessory video products, and this is another one as well. So definitely check this out if you're interested in building a video wall. and plugging in those up to 4K resolution. And hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.